Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
That's what I tell them. I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. How to code, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles. Compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles. Go take care of your business. Success Chronicles. It's deeper than just winning. Success Chronicles.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker coming to you with another topic session of the Success Chronicles. And today we have Mr. Monte Wyatt with us. And we're going to talk how to be a successful business owner. He's an executive coach and involved in lots of different things that make a positive difference as far as dealing with business owners and business and how to do that the right way. And so thankful to have him on. And so let's jump into it. What do you feel it takes to be a successful business owner?
You know, Chip, that's a fantastic question, and there's so many definitions of success that people have. But a successful business owner, it's much bigger than just the size of your business. It's much bigger than your revenue or your profit. It's really the impact that you make. And I like to look at it this way: is businesses should be building their organization so it will outlast them. A successful business will outlast the people that are in it. And we're just building a business for income for today. We're only thinking about the short term. Yeah, we've got to have income to pay our mortgage. We got bills we got to pay for. We got to have food on the table. But if you're really building something, a successful business will outlast you. And that takes a lot of careful planning and thinking and controls in your business and leading of the business. And it's a big undertaking, but that's what a successful business really is.
I like the fact that you look at the legacy piece, if you will, of a business. Are there certain systems that, when you think about a business, okay, you got to have this check, you got to have this check, you know what I'm saying? Are there certain systems that you would advise or suggest that people would have to help have that type of business?
Yeah, we've, this has probably been the last 8 or 9 years in the making. My experience in the last number of years has been working with organizations that are going to the next level. They're wanting to have the business outlast them. And through that research, through helping them, we've identified 5 disciplines that every business to grow and be successful have to have inside them. And I want to define a great business to get there. To me, a great business is sustainable. It's sustainable, meaning it's going to be here long term. It's also predictable, meaning that we can estimate our future based on history, knowing our numbers. And I'm not just talking revenue and profit, but our activity. How many clients, how long do they stay? What's our sales conversion? What's our, how do we serve our customers and treat them? So it's sustainable, it's predictable, but a great business is also stable, meaning that we have high retention of employees. We've got great engagement. A great business also is consistent. Whether you're a consumer or you're an employee, you want consistency with somebody that every time you go there or you go in a different location of the same business, you know how you're going to be treated.
That builds trust.
Absolutely. And then the last piece of a great business is that they have an emotional connection. So sustainable, predictable, stable, consistent, and has an emotional connection. And I think that last piece is more and more important, the emotional connection.
Yeah.
I shared earlier in a previous conversation how I worked for a agricultural chemical company, and when I first started with them, there was a group of employees that had been with the company a long time, and they called them a quarter century club. They'd been with the company over 25 years. And all of us young guys in our first year or two, that's what we dreamed of. Hey, I want to be you. I want to be here for 25 years. And after 3 or 4 years, that kind of went away.
Right.
And we lost that emotional connection. The organization lost the impact that they once had with their employees. And I think that's a challenge in today's business world is building that emotional connection so people will stay around, and not just employees, but customers. So I do think there are 5 disciplines, but it starts with knowing what a great business is.
That's it. As I heard you explain all of those and talk about those, sustainability, predictable, stable, consistent, emotional connection, those disciplines, I think they are cross, I don't know, you can transferable skills, if you will. I mean, you can take that and apply that to anything you're doing in your life, relationships, whatever it is you choose, and apply that, and I think you'll get great results if you're able to do those things. Like, I think, to me, consistency is huge. If you can, find me a person that can do things the same way, the right way every time, he has people's trust around him. But more than that, he trusts himself because he's shown himself that, hey, I got it. Let's go. I can do it.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
that's a great point, because our concept is when you do each one of these areas, and I can go more specific in some of these disciplines, but when you are living all of these disciplines in your organization, it's about the organization having the discipline, not about an individual.
Person. Mm-hmm.
So many businesses are based on a person and their discipline. And for a great business and to be a successful business, you have to have discipline as an organization. Because if you got sick or you weren't able to come to work and the discipline was based around you, now the business can't be disciplined because you're not there. So it cannot be based around the business owner. It has to be built inside the organization through how we make decisions, how we communicate, how we interact with our customer. All of those things have to be a piece of it.
I love that. I love that. Well, before we get off with, great information that you've given, I'd like to give you an opportunity to promote your project, your book that you have out. And I think that, the people that are checking out the topic session will greatly benefit from checking out your project. So if you don't mind talking a little bit about your book.
You bet. Our book is called Pulling Profits Out of a Hat, and it focuses on these disciplines. And when I think of discipline, it's discipline creates focus. Discipline does create profit in a business. And so Pulling Profits Out of a Hat goes through the disciplines, gives you clear examples, gives you stories. It's almost a guide and a resource to use to grow your business. It's not something you're going to read once. You might read chapter 6 because that's what you're focused on in your business right now. And later you might read chapter 12 because that's what you're focused on at that point. So it's a great tool to help businesses learn how to think strategically, how to execute those plans, and make sure that you're building your business that has leadership and management. And I do believe that businesses need both leadership and management today more than ever. And just because you're a manager doesn't mean you are a leader. And we've got to make sure that we have the right skills and the right processes. You have to lead people and you manage processes. There's you and I, we don't want to be managed. Nobody wants to be managed. So we lead people with the energy, with the vision of the future, with excitement and the passion that we have, and we manage processes. Managers are there to ensure that our team is competent and they're productive. But we don't manage people, we manage processes.
I love that. Lead people manage the processes. If you don't mind sharing your website, or people can go, check you out and show you some love.
You bet. I'll give you two websites. The first one is addzeroesnow.com. That's where you can learn about our organization called Adding Zeros. We're an executive development firm. We have facilitators that help organizations learn how to implement these disciplines. And you can also go to montewyatt.com to learn more about myself and how I've impacted my clients and the business community. And you can find the book Pulling Profits Out of a Hat at your favorite bookstore. It's in the airports, it's in Amazon, it's Barnes & Noble, you name it, it's everywhere.
Well, there it is. Some great tips that we can all take and use in our business life, but really we can take them and use them and apply it to our life, our everyday life, and be successful. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this topic session. Truly appreciate it.
Well, Chip, I appreciate the conversation and your time as well.
All righty. Well, thank you guys for checking out this topic session. We'll see you next time. God bless. Go get it.